Yes, yes. Hello, friends. Okay. Whoa. My gosh. Anyway, welcome. It's good to have you here on a Friday night. It's the 19th of April. Wow. In almost 1 month from now, Lauren and I will be renewing our vows. That's something else, huh? 1 month. That's on the 21st of May. I can't believe it's almost here. That's something that we put on the schedule for like a long time out. But here we are. We are in the last third of the month of April, and it is just as exciting as we thought this time of year was going to be, because there's no shortage of things to talk about. Matt is here. Matt, how you feeling?
Good. How are you, Francis?
I'm doing all right. How's work?
It was all right.
Yeah. Did you happen to see the guy that lit himself on fire outside of the Trump trial?
I saw the video of it.
Yeah.
He's alive.
Oh, no, not for long. Did you see him on the stretcher?
He looked like a burnt bone.
He looked like just melted candle wax. It's not going to be long. That was absolutely horrible. And with and there's a manifesto that's out already too.
Yeah, I saw that. Conspiracy theory.
It's long. It's long. I mean, I was reading it beforehand. I just wanted to see what the hell's going on. It's all about a Ponzi, they say. What it was. It's on the Ponzi papers. That's what it was. M. Crosby.
Sure, he'll stop it.
April 19th, 2024. My name is Max Azzarello, he said. Investigative researcher. And he goes through some things. There's some things that make a lot of sense in here. And, but of course, it's long, and all the other pictures of this guy is you can tell he's got a problem. He's got a big problem. But things in here are coherent enough to say, yeah, well, yeah, a lot of this makes sense. But to read this and say, oh, so this is why you melted yourself down in public like this? You killed yourself? If you think you know the truth, then you got to live and fight the best you can. So I don't. I think the whole point about what we're living through right now is that powers that be want us to kill ourselves. They want the old world to die away, and with it, the strong elements, the mental, physical, spiritual elements of that world to go. If they have to physically remove it themselves, fine. If they can convince it to kill itself off, fine. So I just don't. Obviously, the self-immolation is to me, a sign of craziness and insanity. Even though there's some pretty cohesive things in here. I don't know. Maybe we can look into that some other time, or maybe over the weekend I'll have a little bit more time to look at things, just take excerpts out, because it's too long to do all tonight. And you know what? I had some other stuff that I wanted to do. Of course, I had 2 topics I thought would be fun just as call-ins while we just do random stuff. There's a 4-minute video over here of Tucker Carlson. He was just on Joe Rogan's podcast, and they spent a little bit of time talking about aliens. And of course, he's been talking about UFOs and non-terrestrial life here and there over the last year. And it's always been really interesting what he says, because it alludes to a spiritual, supernatural element much more than an intergalactic element of, neighbors from a nearby star system or a planet inside of our solar system or something like that. It's something worth talking about, because I think that no matter what your theories are, this is one of those places where we have overlap. Is it all spiritual? Is it a mix of both? I think we can just throw that out there, maybe in the second half. Anyway, the 2 main topics that I wanted to talk about tonight was going to be time capsules. I got this article that they just somewhere. I mean, people are digging up time capsules all the time. Every year is 25 years since since
2000 and something.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, every year is 25 years since somebody buried a time capsule somewhere. And I read this article about people who uncovered this time capsule that was buried in 1993, and it just got me thinking, what if it was 25 years ago, what would you have put into a time capsule? And if we are burying a time capsule tonight, if everybody in this audience is coming by and we're all getting together and we're all going to put something that is indicative of our times into a time capsule tonight and burying it tonight, what would we include in the time capsule? I want to pose those questions to the audience. Please call in with that all throughout the night. What would your contribution to a time capsule from 25 years ago look like? What would it look like tonight? Okay, so that's the first thing. The other thing that I want everybody to call in on, since it's Friday and we got to let our hair down a little bit, those of you who have hair, and that is, do you have any useless talents? Any useless talents? We already have some really good submissions because I put out a couple of threads. It wasn't, these ideas came to me too quickly to put it together in a forum thread. So I just put it out on Twitter and Telegram. So we'll be able to sift through those tonight and get to a whole bunch of other things. So I hope you guys and gals write it down. Useless talents and time capsule submissions. What would you have put in 25 years ago? Was it a pair of Vans and Jinko jeans? A bottle of Tommy Hilfiger cologne, like me? Or what would you put in it today, in 2024, to be uncovered 25 years down the road? So that's what I got for you. And Matt is along for the ride, so that'll be nice. All right. Anything else that I had to say over here? Oh, wait a second. Matt, take a look at this. First of all, this is from over the weekend with Iran. Or no, over the last couple of hours, I guess. Iranian state media is reporting that last night's airstrike by Israel may have targeted the 8th Tactical Air Base of the Iranian Air Force within Isfahan International Airport, which contains multiple squadrons of, get this, F-14 Tomcat aircraft.
Where'd they get those?
Obviously from us at some point. So not only is Israel out there bombing Iran with our money and our technology, but they're bombing old money and old technology of ours that we gave the world. And the first thing I thought about was Top Gun 2. Because as you're watching Top Gun Part 2, you tend to think that, okay, well, this is probably an Iranian enemy that they're going in there to fight against. And of course, there's the shoot down scene, and Tom Cruise, Maverick, and Goose's kid are running around looking for a way to get back in the air and get the hell out of there. And they come upon an old F-14, which was just such. I love that damn movie. And to think that over here they might have taken out multiple squadrons of F-14, that was, I can't. If the Iranian Air Force was really comprised of multiple squadrons of F-14s, I can't believe that.
We gotta believe what they tell us.
Yeah, well, this is crazy. F-14s. That's the thing that drew me to this. The whole back and forth between these two characters, these two states are, my God. But the F-14s, that drew my attention. All right, here's another something. Matt, take a look at this. Here's an Instagram look at this table that this guy built. This is crazy. Watch this. Hold on a second. Wait. There we go. Look at this table that this guy built. I'll put you up on the screen with me. And let me turn that down. Listen to this. Look at all the gadgets on this thing. And then I want you to tell me how much. Wait a second. Look at this.
These are philosopher corner desks. On this one I did little snake carvings, and the teeth are the contact point.
So for those of you in podcast land, this guy who built this really crazy desk / table is showing all the features it has, all the secret compartments, how there is a philosopher's whatchamacallit, table part where you wave a metal wand across the teeth of a snake, and it creates some kind of a static discharge that actually opens up secret compartments. The handiwork, the craftsmanship is incredible, and it's so intricate. Take a look.
That opens up these little hidden compartments on the side. If you look close, you might be able to see a little bit of a spark. I don't know if you saw that. It's pretty cool. I've got the silver accents on here. And then you put that wand back in, it turns into a little pen drawer. It's not super deep because it has to have the wand underneath there. But in the back of it, you've got a compartment. And then this one, I have a little plate that covers up the mechanics. But I didn't put it on because I sort of like to look at them. Turn that pops these out. I've got the resin in all the drawers. And if you turn this right here,
Look at this.
little compartment drops out from below. And you turn this the other way, pops this one out.
This table reminds me of one of those escape room games.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It keeps going, and what's crazy is that I'm looking in the comments and everything else. Apparently, he listed this for $10,000.
Yeah, I could see that.
You think that this is only worth $10,000? I would think that it would be at least 2.5 times more expensive.
And then if you shut that drawer and you turn this like that, it locks into the top drawer. And there's a little hidden compartment on the back of that drawer as well. Actually really like how this resin turned out. That jade color is my favorite. And the rest of these desks, these are mahogany as well, but they're stained natural color.
Oh.
I've got carving of a badger on here.
Yeah, so the 10,000 for one. I mean, 1/4, whatever. I guess they come together into one big circle if you wanted to arrange them that way. But damn, man, I looked at that. I said the craftsmanship is really something else. Really something else. That is from Lucky Rooster Company, Lucky Rooster Co. on Instagram. I said, oh, everybody's going to appreciate this one. What else do we have over here? Let's see. One more. I got an update on Mel Gibson. I got an update on Mel and his production schedule for the next couple of whatever. This is from Screen Rant, Matt. And
Passion 2.
Passion 2. But here's the crazy thing. Apparently, and this date has been getting around now for the last week. It was sent to me by somebody in the audience, I forget. This was updated on April 10th of this year. Here's the summary. Every upcoming Mel Gibson movie, including Lethal Weapon 5. Mel Gibson has 6 upcoming movies ranging in story and genre. Now, The Passion of the Christ, apparently, The Resurrection is coming out February 15th of 2025. That's what I say. That's what it says there. But here's the thing. What's listed under here is this. February 15th, 2025. That's Passion of the Christ Resurrection Chapter 1.
Oh, damn. It's going to be long.
There's a Chapter 2. And that is TBD.
Damn. 2026.
Well, I hope that they shoot it all at the same time. Because, everybody's getting older here. And it's going to look a little weird if all of a sudden Jesus is getting older and older. This can't happen, So they have... It's like, what? Something's going on here. Jesus must be really stressed out about something. He's got puffy eyes and stuff like that. Why does Jesus have jowls all of a sudden? That has to be... I have to imagine it's going to be shot all together. But that's crazy to see it listed as Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. So yeah. All right. That's it. Yeah, The Passion of the Christ, Chapter 1. In addition to directing, Gibson also co-wrote the screenplay with Randall Wallace, the Oscar-winning screenwriter, Braveheart, and director of We Were Soldiers, also starring Gibson. Jim Caviezel will reprise his role as Jesus alongside of Maya Morgenstern and Francesco DeVito, returning as Mary and Peter the Apostle, respectively. Chapter 1 took place in Wait. Filming of Passion of the Christ Resurrection, Chapter 1. Oh! It's already done? The filming took place in mid-2023. That's reported on ET Canada. And the movie is now slated for release February 25. The original Passion of the Christ grossed a whopping $611 million worldwide, making it the highest-earning independent film ever made, so the sequel is no-brainer. The new movie might address Passion of the Christ controversy, including the first film's graphic violence, but Chapter 1 in its title suggests that another sequel may be forthcoming. Wow. So what the hell? Okay. Chapter 2 will likely follow Jesus during and after the resurrection. Furthermore, because there's no news on any filming dates around the movie, it's likely it will not premiere until 2026. What the heck are we in for, man?
2 more years for that one.
Ugh, please, I just want to watch. That's just something I really want to see. Exciting. All right, well, let's start this show off. If we didn't already. Let's play the theme song. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay? Let's ride!
Okay. So this guy, let's see here. So this is there is a Fox News report, because, you know, it's covering all the stuff that's going on outside of the courtroom with the Trump trial, and this is Fox News' live coverage of the self-immolation. Now, of course, if you're the type that likes to see humanity at its worst and ugliest and most in distress, you can watch this guy burn himself down and melt himself down from multiple angles in all of its graphic detail. But this is how it was reported on in the midst of this broadcast. Listen.
Oh my God! All right, there's a fire that has started, as you can see live. We wonder if a person is on fire.
Themselves on fire.
In the fire. We apologize for showing this. Get a fire extinguisher. Do we have a fire extinguisher in the truck? Do we have a fire extinguisher in the truck? Connor, bring a fire extinguisher out. Anyone have a fire extinguisher?
No, they don't want. Okay.
We deeply apologize for what has happened. This man.
Eric, we're going to let you.
They are putting jackets over the body of this man. A man has set himself on fire. They put jackets over him. They're now putting fire extinguishers to extinguish the fire. Someone has set himself on fire in the protest area here at the Donald Trump trial.
Oh my God! So yeah, that's what was going on. Robert Phoenix threw a little something in there. He said, "Let the days of Moloch begin." Max Azzarello self-immolates outside of a Manhattan courthouse. Azzarello sounds very close to Azrael. who is the angel of death, the one who separates soul from body, also has a phonetic connection to Israel. And then Christopher Knowles of The Secret Sun commented under there, said the suffix Elo means little, so little Azrael. Robert Phoenix says over the target there, Chris. We'd love to have Chris on the show one day. But yeah, nuts. You know, as far as the time capsule thing goes, what was this from the Gilded Chat not too long ago? I just want to put this out there before I forget later on. But KD Sky just said, I guess if we're burying a time capsule today, the manifesto of this Azzarello guy should be inside of it. I think it would be pretty relevant. Yeah. But isn't it crazy how, I don't know, we had 2 serious self-immolations this year alone. And, of course, because how socialized and decentralized media is, we're seeing everything. I mean, we're seeing everything. The shit that I just said this the other day. You wake up every day, and depending where you are and depending on how tightly you have constructed your digital box of information, where you have made it so that all that gets through is cat videos. If you've made it that way, great. Good for you. I wish that were the case with me, because I just have to, I'm a little bit more of a throw a wide net out there and see what comes back, and then, talk about certain things on the show. It is just brutal every day. Every day you see things that used to only be relegated to that of, combat veterans. That's like the main demographic of people who would see the things that we're seeing every day on the internet, from the closed caption television to, horrific live streams to shit like this. It's crazy. It really is. So put that out there, and if you guys have anything you want to say about it, or any other things that you picked up along the way, or whatever, go ahead and call on in 914-200-0269. We got that going on. What else? But that's that. I want to get into some happier things, or some things that we can at least have a little fun with and improvise with. Here we have something from allthatisinteresting.com. Take a listen to this. College students opened up a 1993 time capsule and found out just how much the world had changed. I actually do think that 1993 was one of the best years in the last 30-something.
I remember it being good in 3rd grade.
Yeah. The time capsule included rave pacifiers, lists of the most popular shows and songs, and a condom that expired in 1997. Oh. Students at Shenandoah University in Virginia were recently treated to a trip back in time with the opening of a time capsule that was left to them by former students in 1993. The students left the time capsule buried underneath a plaque that instructed the students of 2018 to open what they'd buried. And when they did, the university decided to capture the entire event on video. So this was in 2018? As you would imagine, the opening of the time capsule revealed just how much time had changed in the past 25 years. According to Science Alert, the contents of the time capsule included cassette tapes, bookmarks, comic books, a yearbook, a newspaper, and various photographs. Students also found a Beatles record from the 1960s, which obviously wasn't released in 93, but clearly was important enough at the time to include in the time capsule. Well, the 90s were pretty much like the second 60s.
With grunge and all that.
Yeah, well, there was also another British invasion during the 90s. That's when we had like Blur and Oasis and a whole bunch of, it was happening all over again. You just think about, it was almost like a little bit of a hippie movement that came back again in the 90s. It was very much related. Let's see here. The former students at Shenandoah also included a playlist from the school's radio station that was printed out for the future students to peruse. Hits on the list included Twist and Shout by the Beatles, Fast Car by Tracy Chapman, Thriller by Michael Jackson, Janie's Got a Gun by Aerosmith, and another one, Bites the Dust by Queen. Well, I mean,
none of those were made in a year.
I mean, that's stupid.
That's not a time capsule. Well, it is, but
I guess if it's like, hey, this is what was played on the radio station that day, I guess it makes it, this is what we're. But I bet you any money, a lot of those same songs were played today on college radio stations across the country. Some of the bigger songs ever made.
Yeah, there's a college station that we get over here on AM, I think. I think we get Fordham, I think. And they, on Sunday, they play like shit like that.
What's the frequency?
I would have to let you know when I find it on the air.
There's still some odd things that come through, a mix of things that come through on 88.1. There's a mix of things that come through on there. And that's used to be what we would get. You could get like the very faintest of signals from my old school, from Manhattanville, where we started our show back in 2006. That's where it was. Because I remember telling some of our friends, hey, listen to 88.1. You're probably going to have to drive around in your car, though, listening to it in your house, unless you had some kind of a boost.
I don't know if it's 88.1, but it definitely every Sunday they play shit like that in the morning.
Let's see here. The 1993 students also included a list of popular TV shows from the time, which included Baywatch, Saved by the Bell, and The Wonder Years. There you go. Other items included a pack of condoms that expired in 97, rave pacifiers and Shenandoah University parking permit, a stone hippo ornament, a student ID, and a small toy dinosaur that was an homage to the release of Jurassic Park. Also, we were watching Aurora. We were watching Hook today. She wanted to watch Hook yesterday. She said, can we watch Peter Pan? I said, what, the cartoon? She goes, no, when he's old. So I said, oh, you mean Hook? Because I showed her a little bit of Hook last year. And this time we sat down yesterday and we just let the whole thing run. She even saw Captain Hook, the kidnapping scene and everything. Yeah. She goes, what's that? I said, Captain Hook is coming. So, but she had a great time. A really, really great time, especially today, because today was when, Peter found his happy thought. That was a fun time. But that was 93-ish, I think. I remember seeing that in the theater. Also, this week that we watched, also might have been around 93, 94, was Angels in the Outfield, which is such a great film. That's such a good movie. We had the best kids sports films.
Yeah, The Sandlot.
The Sandlot, Little Giants, Little Big League, Angels in the Outfield. And these are great films. I got to watch Little Giants again. That'll be a good one. Let's see here. Aside from all the nostalgic memorabilia, some of the most interesting things that were included in Time Capsule were photos of the students and notes from students in which they predicted where they would be in the year 2018. Maybe some of them got it right. I don't know. Most predicted that they would be married with kids 25 years later. Others said that they'd hope to be working in the performing arts. And one person said that they thought that they'd be traveling the world and visiting other opera houses, or various opera houses. No word yet on how many of these predictions had come true. So here's the first one that I would like to propose to the audience for the night. If you were to have put something in a time capsule 25 years ago from today, what would have been in there? What would have been in there? That's the big thing. That's what I want to know. Because there is this quite a bit. Here's a couple of things that came in as far as what they would come in today. Let's see here. Vapes. Vape pens.
Yeah.
Someone said that a pride flag would have to go in there. And probably anything trans related. Yeah, man.
I'll just draw a stick figure with tits and a dick.
Well, think about what we talked about with Fleckus. And I actually reached out to Fleckus about this too. I said, hey, if there's anything else you would put into a time capsule. Because remember in December when you, me, and Fleckus did that Christmas show, we were talking about the Fleckus Talks Museum of the Insane. That you would put things like Black Wheelchair Santa Claus in there. Because it has to be something that marks the time. In 25 years from now, you would hope that you would open up this box and people would say, what the fuck was happening?
Yeah.
You know? So it's not necessarily like you want to put things in this box that you like. You want to put things in this box that is representative of of the times in which we live.
And we can also put a double-ended dildo in there.
I'm sure
especially because we're being fucked by the government.
Well, that's always been happening.
Yeah.
That's been happening.
That's why we should also put stuff of Trump in the time box.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to. You'd have to put... I agree that you would have to maybe put the manifesto of this self-immolation guy today outside of the Trump trial. There's so much. Call in, 914-200-0269. What would you put in 25 years ago? Would it be your Jinko jeans? Would it
Bugle
be
Boy.
Bugle Boy?
Do you remember Bugle Boy? The clothes, Bugle Boy and Bum. Remember Bum?
Oh, I remember Bum.
Whatever happened to them?
I remember Bum. I remember all the girls in class, they would wear mud jeans. It had like a muddy handprint on their asses.
Like middle school, high school.
I remember those.
Jordache jeans.
There was a lot. Let's see what else coming here. Caller, you're on the air. What do you have for us?
Hey, good evening, Frank. This is Sentinel.
Hey, Sentinel. Good to have you.
Yeah, so if I was putting something in the box 25 years ago, it would probably be one of those AOL junk mail CD-ROMs to subscribe to AOL.
God, yeah. We got the upgrade CDs every couple of months.
Yeah.
Hey, that was smart. That was smart by them.
Yes, it was. And then I guess another item might have been a guide to survive Y2K.
Did you have that? We didn't. I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of stuff like that going on, getting passed around at flea markets. I didn't have anything at stake there. I was just hoping that planes weren't going to fall out of the sky on my house. That's all I had. We weren't even really sufficiently connected to the internet.
Molly Artie's aunt and uncle built a bunker in the desert. So yeah, they were.
Molly, wait. Molly's family had a Y2K bunker?
Yeah.
So what happened? So then they must have really been convinced that this was some serious shit. What happened after, the first of the year when they could kind of, settle in? Did they repurpose the bunker for something else?
Well, they had built a small dwelling on top and then a really nice dwelling underneath the ground. So they just lived there.
Did you go spend any considerable amount of time inside of the underground dwelling? What was it like?
Well, it was kind of tunnel-like, or the best way to describe it, it was kind of like a mobile home, but all encased in cement. And it had a couple of rooms, it kind of wide out, and then so that you could have electricity and everything. They had generators that ran on natural gas. Wow. And then they also had an old bank vault door that would close them in.
What about communication? Did they have any kind of radio equipment in there?
I don't remember. I just remember being in awe that this underground space was so nice. That's
great. Who owns the property now?
Their son.
Okay, well that's something that I hope that you can get me some pictures of that one day. That would be wonderful. Thank you both for calling in.
Sure.
There you go.
All right.
The Sentinel and Molly Artie with a wonderful kickoff of tonight's main topic. And that is, some things to throw in there from 25 years ago, but also a Y2K bunker.
I never heard of that.
I know a lot of people were wondering what kind of preparations they can make, but that's great. Hold on, let's take a call. 248, you're on the air. What's going on?
People were wondering. Oh, I just got something for you to put in the time capsule.
Okay, hold on. Turn off the show in the background and let me know what's going in. Hold on. Go ahead, do that. 25. Is this 25 years ago, or is this right now?
25 years ago, Viagra was invented. I was working for Park Davis, who was being acquired by Pfizer at the time, and they had these replica NASCAR toys of the Viagra car that I got one of.
So this would be first generation Viagra marketing materials.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Hey, you know what?
Now you have to market it to women as well.
I know. And now women take Viagra because they have dicks.
Big ones.
Well, it used to be full bush, then it was landing strip, then it was bare, now it's cock.
That's it. That's it. Inside the time capsule, somebody has to give some kind of a visual representation of the most fashionable pubic hair.
All the bushage style throughout the history of
what was
bushes.
the most popular bush style of 1993? That's what we should have known. Oh well, that's a great one. Thank you so much for the call. Wait, what about 2024?
We already said it's dicks now.
Or a Cupid doll of Joe Biden.
There you go.
Got a Cupid doll for sale. Remember that, Richard Christico?
Did you hear? Did you hear that Joe Biden's uncle was cannibalized?
Yeah, I heard.
Thank you, caller, for the call. That's great.
He was shot down in battle.
Apparently.
Or something. Yeah, and he was eaten by cannibals in New Guinea.
Yeah. That's why they have so many problems over there.
Very racist name, by the way.
I know. Against us.
It is.
Let's take a call. 540, you're on the air. We're time capsuling here. What do you got for us?
I got my Eminem release of the Slim Shady LP, one of the best albums ever.
Okay.
I would say. Also, that is the same year, which I think has a lot to do with how we digest media. TiVo was released, so I would put my TiVo in there. I mean, we had one, and it was amazing. We were like the cool kids on the block, you know what I mean, with the TiVo. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That's 1999 now, right? 25 years, 1999.
Yeah, because that would be 25, right?
Yep, that's 25. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait. TiVo was really a late 90s thing?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I thought for sure that was later than that.
Yeah, I thought so too. And then I started doing some. Actually, I was looking it up the other day because I was looking at consoles and things that around I'm 36, so like around just my generation. And a lot of cool stuff, man. A lot of cool stuff.
My gosh, that's interesting. Okay, so Eminem, TiVo, what else?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're going to do back then or we're doing now?
Well, if you want to switch to now, you can give us one thing for the 2024.
Oh, man, 2024. What would I have to do? I'd probably I'd have to put a phone in there, man, just because we're all engulfed.
Well, the other thing there, too, is you just don't know when the phones are going to become less and less. You just don't know.
Prevalent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because think about it. What would a cell phone look like in 1999? It was still pretty inconvenient. We were in 99, I think I was still in my last year of carrying around my beeper. And then the thing that happened to me next, shortly after that, maybe a couple of years after that, was the Nextels. And
oh yeah,
those were huge. I'm talking like
if you
physically
think about
big.
it, right? Even the lowest, cheapest phone you can get today was probably way more powerful than any desktop we had at our houses. You know what I mean? 56K. I know we all remember that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then it's just insane. And like I said, I don't know. It's just I feel like that generation from 98 to 2002, there was a lot of stuff being pushed, and it was just a weird and cool time, musically, sonically, everything. It was just a cool time.
It was. Can you imagine if we were just allowed to continue on that trajectory without any world-changing events happening so soon afterwards? It would be. I really wonder where the hell we would be. It'd be a nice thing to project on an alternate timeline. Thanks for the call, man. This was good.
All right, have a good one, man. Love it.
All right, take care. Love that call. Let's see. TiVo was the shit. I see Honey Badger on Twitch says. Skip through all those commercials. I didn't know that was 99. Just EO on D-Live says 99 was flip phones were a big deal. I didn't get my first phone was an Nextel.
I remember having a Nextel.
It was the Nextel, and that was before all the fleets were combined. So I was on a fleet that was only business related. I think it was, I forget what the hell it was, 37, whatever the hell it was. But it was only business related. So my mother was able to get Nextels through her job. And so I could only really communicate with her. And then all of a sudden they started saying, oh, it's interfleet. I remember, you remember what people would say to you if they wanted to link up with you on Nextel?
No, what?
They say, what's your bleep?
Oh, what's your bleep?
Yo,
Damn.
what's your bleep?
Holy, I was thinking it used to be a number. I couldn't remember the name of it.
What's your bleep?
But that was fun because I remember, like, for one summer, this dude, he must have been from Queens or wherever. Like, you know, back then you were from Queens for real. He was like, hey, just randomly hit us up and start talking mad shit, quoting Steven Seagal movie. Hey, Richie, I ain't leaving until I talk to Richie. And for the whole summer, we're going back and forth with this fucking guy we barely knew. And then we're like became friends with him over Nextel or whatever.
Did you ever meet him?
Nah, we never met him. We're just like, all right. Then one night we're like, all right, you know what? This is enough now. That was it.
That's enough is enough. Goodbye.
Me, Mikey T, a bunch of other people we used to hang out with. It was great. That was fun. You just put in random numbers and hit them up.
What's your bleep? Incredible. All right, let's see here. Let's take another call. 309. Go ahead. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, for the 90s time box, I would say the BlackBerry devices, BlackBerry phones.
BlackBerry.
That was
the BlackBerry
2000s.
was that was. Hold on, wait a second.
Was early,
Was that after?
Yeah, that was 2000.
I thought it was 90.
Well, wait a second.
9, 10.
It says the first BlackBerry device, the 850, was introduced in 1999 as a two-way pager in Munich, Germany. BlackBerry was a solution device by RIM for delivering email over several different wireless networks. The name BlackBerry was coined by the marketing company Lexicon Branding. So in 99, technically, you had this going on, but it was not in everybody's pockets like it would be in 2004, 5, 6.
Yeah, it was
BlackBerry was on top of the world around then.
Crackberry, they called it.
Yeah.
To crackhead.
I'll tell
And
you.
then they disappeared off the map totally.
Same like Nextel.
Well, dude, you know, when was the last time, and who's this? What's your name? I'm sorry, caller.
Oh, my name's Ray. I've called in before.
Okay, Ray. Well, do you remember, when was the last time you've actually held a BlackBerry device? Even if it was deactivated, you just found an old one. When was the last time you had one in your hand?
Probably about 10 years ago.
Okay. I had one in my hand maybe about a year and a half ago. I just found an old one, an old BlackBerry Bold. And let me tell you, I do not know. I used to type on this thing like I was Hemingway.
Yeah.
I used to type on this thing like I was Hemingway. I don't know how my fingertips were actually able to hit the right buttons. I don't know how it happened. It's incredible how small that keyboard was and how proficient we were with typing on it.
And well, everybody's just using two thumbs on those, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Mostly.
I know. To think about that,
Like,
the most clumsy
and
fingers
still
we
are.
have. So,
Hey, for my current time box, I want to say lip implants or implants in places they shouldn't be.
oh. So okay, so we're gonna put some ass implants and some collagen busted lips and all that other stuff. Okay. Everybody has these alien looking faces. Well, you know what you can do? You can just put a mold of Madonna's face in there.
Oh.
That triangle.
Your show is
Well,
I love your show. Your show is great.
Well, thank you for calling, Ray. I hope you call in again soon.
All right, thank you.
There you go. You could put Madonna's praying mantis face in there.
They might think it was a demon.
Well, the thing is there too, you wouldn't really know it was her. Because after everybody starts doing the kind of work on their face like she's done, everybody starts looking the same. Like, a plastic surgery face. Everybody looks the same.
Yeah, they look like shit.
It's nuts.
They look stupid.
Look dumb. Let's see here. What else
Idiots.
there? Adderall, Xanax, Ozempic. Vaccine. Here, Katie Sky put this one in there from Gilded. I'm going to go to all of our Twitter now. Vaccine IDs.
Oh, damn. Masks, too. Put a mask in there.
I guess that would still count.
Yeah, there's people still wear masks.
That would still count. Here's a
Another
time capsule.
group of idiots.
From Twitter. Road Trip said, cookbooks. I now have compiled a collection of great Southern recipes from all these best cooks in Boones Creek in Jonesboro, Tennessee. I have 2 published books and a box of Mama's handwritten recipes.
There's probably some good barbecue recipes in there.
Yeah. Jalen Wennings, Sasquatch Dong, says, 25 years ago, a burnt CD with all my favorite jams. Yes, it has to be a burnt CD. Today, a detailed photo of me tanning my perineum during the eclipse. He's just holding his ankles back. Let's see here. Lindsay Sharman says 25 years ago, Adidas shell toes. I know some people who still wear those. And Brother Lynch and No Doze. Oh,
What the hell's that?
No Doze are the what were the caffeine pills or something like that?
I don't know. I never did drugs.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it caffeine pills or
I
something
don't know.
like that?
I never heard of it. I can't know though.
Let's see here. Flirty Bird says McDonald's cheeseburger. Back, I guess that's 25 years ago. McDonald's cheeseburger, my DNA, my mortgage payment, grocery receipt, and a picture of my family. Speaking of McDonald's, I was having a little bit of a time travel moment for myself in my head, I think yesterday or the day before. And if I had a chance to go back in time for about an hour to one of the first McDonald's around here.
When we were kids, the old McDonald's?
No. I'm talking about it. I don't care how far back I have to go, but like Jay Goulinello says, I want to go back to when McDonald's was making all of their cheeseburgers in the tallow and not the seed oils. Like I want to actually taste an old McDonald's cheeseburger that was made in tallow. That's how they were cooking it. That's what I want. I would go back and I would go ape shit. I would have, Lauren has never had a McDonald's cheeseburger in her life.
What?
She told me this the other night. I was shocked. I said, you never even had one Happy Meal with a cheeseburger? She said, nope. And when I went to McDonald's in my life, the only thing I ever got was chicken nuggets. She never had a McDonald's cheeseburger ever. I can't believe she didn't have like one bite ever.
That's crazy. Oh, that's good.
I know. I guess. But she's still having the chicken nuggets. That's not.
My grandfather never had fast food his entire life.
Wowee. All right, let's see here. 914-200-0269. In the second half of the show, you can keep calling in on the time capsule stuff, but I also want to know what your useless talent is. All right, we're going to take more of that. Let's take another from 828. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Frank.
Hey.
Hey, it's Rob Worth.
What's going on, Rob?
How you doing?
Good to have you on again.
Good, thank you. So, I'm not trying to plug my business or anything, but I'm in Western North Carolina, and I have a computer and video game store, but upstairs there's a vintage electronic museum, and it's mostly electronics from like the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
It's a museum that you put together yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. If you want to Google search it, it's called Mr. Robot Shop, and then Canton, Canton, North Carolina.
Okay.
And I usually charge $7 for anybody that comes in, but any of the Franklies out there, if they ever get to Western North Carolina near Asheville, I'll let them in for free. But there's if you Google search it, there's a bunch of pictures. It's got like some of the old handheld brick phones, like the Motorola and Radio Shack stuff.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a 93. There you go. Hold on. Let's see if there's any kind of... Let's see. That's 1986. Apple. Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot here.
There's thousands of things up there, dude.
Wow.
Awesome.
Oh, so you got a lot of space. That's good then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, they want to go to Mr. Robot Shop and really immerse themselves in the past, and you can go and do that right there.
Yeah.
So I guess you have a few things that you would put into the 1999, the 25 years ago bucket. Do you have anything that you would put in right now?
So from 1999?
Yeah. Or anything right now, 24.
God, 24 sucks, dude. So
I know, but that's the whole thing. 25 years from
I would
now,
put all I would put all the smartphones in there and get rid of them forever. Is what I would say.
Oh, so you would use the time capsule as a way to rid the world of some things.
That's right.
Okay. Gotcha.
Hopefully nobody'd ever open it back up. So.
All right. Well, there you have it. Rob's got his own agenda.
I don't know. There's some neat stuff, but it just seems like everything that we used to have, like from the 80s and 90s, had just been replaced by a smartphone. So, and that's kind of sad. You know, the kids don't know what, jumping on, like with your BMX bikes, making your own ramp, jumping off of it. You know, it's just everybody's just glued to their phones now, and it's just, I think it's kind of sad.
Well,
like that video you showed the other day, the Kingdom video. Yeah, that was good. I appreciate you doing that. I shared that with quite a few people too. So.
Well, I'm glad you like it, and thanks for the call, Rob, because we're gonna have some time to talk with Lubomir, the guy who put that all together. And not only that, but I can say at least as of right now, but on May 6th when we have Lubomir, the director of Kingdom, on the show to talk about the concepts in there, some of the messaging, and also the storytelling aspect, but the behind the scenes. Rob is going to be in the studio too, so we're going to have Rob is going to come back that night. I said, yo, see if this is far enough out that you can get the night free, and it looks like that's going to work out. So that'll be a fun night on the 6th. All right, let's take another call. 912, you're on the air. We're talking a little bit about the time capsuling 25 years ago and today. What do you got?
All right. 25 years ago, the perineum guy kind of took mine, but I was basically a Xerox of my butt.
Okay.
And then today, a zip drive of all the memes I have on my two phones from 2017 till date today.
Bravo.
I think that just tells the story of what we've been through.
Bravo.
It's several thousands worth of memes.
I have not seen. I haven't seen anybody. I didn't even think about that. That is a wonderful thing to preserve, the evolution of the meme over the last 5 to 8 years. That's huge. That, and probably what I would do now that you put that in my head, I would actually probably load up a zip drive of not only maybe a couple of the choice memes that I like, but I would load up most of the zip drives with some of the greatest screenshots from 4chan and 8chan over the years.
Ooh, yeah.
Those have been some of the most mind-blowing things. So good for you, man. Thank you for this call. Who's this again?
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to say hi to Matt and yourself, obviously. And y'all have a good night.
Who is this? So I know who to thank.
Deets.
All right, Deets. Have a good one. Thank you so much.
You too.
Memes and screenshots from the boards.
That's great meme war.
Yeah, man. Yes, we're not done yet. Here, this is from the Telegram. Brian Mullaney says 25 years ago it would be a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red, Blue, or Yellow in it. Yeah, I had Pokemon Red. Then today it would be maybe just some Joe Biden toilet paper. I don't know. Wild G says PlayStation and games, cable box, and CDs from 25 years ago. Oh, Blockbuster VCR tapes, VHSs, wireless and wired home phones, Discman, Sony Walkman. Today, time capsule, what Sharon said, plus a spreadsheet of COVID jabs, corresponding to excess mortality. The name Fauci, the agency CD. So he's pretty much just putting down. He's just putting down a little bit of the the data of what we lived through. Let's see here. A says the book of Behold a Pale Horse by Bill Cooper, since it had been proven to be prophetic at this point. A VHS of 90s TV commercials. Funny how we used to complain about them back then, but watching them now is actually pleasant. Oh, yeah. That's the best part of Thanksgiving the last 2 years. On Quite Frankly.tv for the last 2 holiday seasons, I would go and find choice years in the Macy's Day Parade. And I refused to air anything that did not have the commercials in there as well, because the commercials were even better than the parade footage. I loved it. The Folgers commercials, everything. Many of them are kind of just weird and tone deaf. We look at them now, we're just like, what the... but it's... I love them. They're not annoying, she said, forced or cringy. Oh, there's definitely some cringe in there. But it is it's a cringe that's encrusted with a very comforting
90s cringe.
Powdery of cheese. A good sharp cheddar cheesy cringe. That's what I like about it. Let me see here. Every commercial didn't have to be race mixed or homo or whatever. There were definitely no agendas. Lastly, a catalog for the Scholastic book fairs. Those were great.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, those were great. Sharon says, years ago I would put as many sealed seeds as I could before Monsanto began doing their thing with them. I would have done this even though I wouldn't have known what Monsanto did. Today I would put in 2024 a copy of Really Graceful's encyclopedia, the Deep State Encyclopedia, which is actually right here. I keep a copy of Grace's book right over here on the shelf. Deep State Encyclopedia by Really Graceful. Right underneath Marcus Aurelius Meditations. So she's in good company. So Sharon said it would be Grace's encyclopedia, and then also a Quite Frankly sticker. Just because. Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. One more call, and then we're going to go into the second half of the show. 925, you're on the air with Matt and Frank. What's up?
Hey, Frank, it's Cave Toad.
Hey, how you doing, Cave Toad? Go ahead.
I am fantastic. So, a little unclear for sure on what you're looking for, but if you're looking for what I would have put in a time capsule 25 years ago.
Yeah, it's very simple, Cave Toad. 25 years ago today, what would you have placed in a time capsule? That's 1999. And then 25 years ago from now, what would you want people to uncover from 2024? That's it.
Okay. Well, I would say back for what I was doing back then was you'd need an original Diablo disc when you kind of had the online and you could just dive in and fight with other people and have full advantage of all the hacks that were available. Me and my buddies, we actually put together a team where other people would hack other people, steal their crap. People would be all upset about it. We go find those other people because our hacks were better.
Okay.
And steal the crap back for them. So that was fun.
So some early PC
Star
gaming.
Wars Galaxies would be another one too, kind of the original MPORG, which helped destroy society after that. But it was all sandbox, and I wasted too many hours on that.
I had Star Wars Galaxies. I had it. It came in that big black set. It had all those figurines inside too. But the thing with me is I never had a good experience with Star Wars Galaxies because I was never running any really good power on my computer. And it was Star Wars Galaxies that actually made me go out to Circuit City, and it's the first time I ever actually tried to upgrade a computer. The first inspiration I ever had to upgrade a computer's RAM was because I wanted Star Wars Galaxies to be playable, and it didn't work out.
Bandwidth, more just the memory and bandwidth and patience and persistence. I mean, everything was open. You had, it was a type of thing where you ran around and discovered different stuff, and if you found a new combination of crud nobody else had ever found, suddenly you had the best gear, and then everybody wanted to buy yours. I was so rich, it was crazy.
So real quick, 2024, what are you dropping in a box today for 25 years from now? Real quick.
Well, I have two things, but real quick, I don't have any good ideas other than Gadsden flag, Constitution, Bill of Rights.
That's not indicative of our times.
Well, maybe put in like the virtual glasses that none of us want to wear, but then maybe people in the future would look at that going, God, that was dumb.
Oh, yeah. The last thing I would do is spend $4,000 just to bury it underground for 25 years. No way.
Well, people have spent more to do that.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, there you go. You know what?
I have one last thing.
Real quick, go ahead.
Stupid talent.
Go ahead. Oh, a stupid talent. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can whistle like a cricket.
Well, let me hear
Or
it.
a frog. It depends on how you want it to be.
Do it.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty damn That's awesome, actually.
It cuts right across the room, no matter how noisy it is. You'll see people through a busy bar or whatever all start looking around going, what is that? What is that? And it's just fun.
Well, have you ever been able to communicate in any discernible way with crickets outside?
Jiminy Cricket?
No, seriously. Can you get insects to, in some way, respond to you if they go quiet? Can you make them talk? Let's say
I actually can do a fairly decent cardinal call, and I have sat back and forth and had a cardinal curious where they're like, "Hey, there's another one over there. Who am I talking to?" So.
Okay. Well, then that's the first.
And you can make it a little more like the frogs I hear, where it's lower octave. So I don't know if I can do it right now. Let me see. Which is more similar to what you might hear around lakes and stuff like that. Of course, hundreds, if not thousands of them. But it is what it is.
You know what? I thank you for the call, Cave Toad. And even though you think that it may be useless, one day you might be able to call all of those crickets and frogs to your aid in some way.
It's true.
I mean, you may need a hand. You might be surrounded by some kind of an enemy in the woods, and the only thing you know to do is to rally all the crickets around your area to come to your help, and they can swarm in like Batman rallies the bats. You could be Cricket Boy. That could be it. You never know. Or Frog Guy. O.J. Simpson played Frogman, wasn't he?
In The Naked Gun, he was on a mission, right?
I guess so. Anyway, don't have to talk about him again. All right, when we come back,
you can put something about O.J. in there this time.
Oh, in 2024, you can put
he just perished.
Something about O.J.
Poor guy. I didn't even know he was sick.
I didn't even know he was sick. It's true. Anyway, let's see here. We're going to be jumping into the second half now. Come on over. There's going to be more of your calls. I have more of your useless talents. I just dipped into the thread that I have on Telegram. There's some good ones over here. And more about the time capsules and extras. I have Tucker Carlson over here talking about UFOs that are really just a spiritual phenomenon and not actually anything physical. Timothy Alberino. People in his line of work would disagree. But I like listening to this shit, so let's all do it together. And I have a few other things, too. Some follow-ups from last night with Matt from Cultivate Elevate. I have a letter over here, an email from Jay Gulanello I wanted to read onto the record. So that's what we have, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be reading your Super Chats, all of them. The Rumble Rants, the quite frankly, superchat.com, Gold Pills, and beyond. So hop over to pill.net, quitefrankly.tv, which is powered by Foxhole. There's no paywall, no strings attached. Just press play, hang out with it. You can chat in the Gilded. You can chat wherever the hell you want. Just watch it with us. This episode will be uploaded in its entirety later on tonight. It's on podcast, Rumble, Rockfin, BitChute, but there ain't nothing like live. So click over, and I will take care of the rest. We will be right back.
The rest of the show is available exclusively at pill.net. Follow the link in the description of the episode, get signed up, it's that easy. Or head on over to quitefrankly.tv, just press play. No paywalls, no censorship, no strings attached. So head on over, quitefrankly.tv, powered by Foxhole, and pill.net.
It's intermission time, folks. Time out to press the like button. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to intermission.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, intermission. Yeah, intermission.
You are now entering, quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.
Watch Quite Frankly and stuff.
Quite frankly.
Quite frankly.